Hello viewers and young learners. Today in this first series of literary terms and devices, I am going to talk about epic. What I am going to talk about? I am going to talk about epic. Epic is very important. Epic had a historical, a very long, you can say, past, right? Like we have in our culture, Ramayana, Mahabharata, like we have other great books, and also in European culture, there are books like Odyssey, Iliad, and also some of you must remember Milton's great Paradise Lost, and our own Sri Aurobindo, who had composed the longest one with 24,000 lines, Savitri. I'm going to show you the book Savitri. This book, the longest one, having 24,000 lines. I think longest English epic. And I'm having Paradise Lost, the great Paradise Lost of John Milton. Nowadays, epics are not written. Why? Because that much time is not there for maybe the poets or maybe the readers. And what is epic? As far as I told till now, you can understand four characteristics of epics. You can understand about four different dimensions of epic. Let me say in better words. You can think about characteristics of epic. You can think about the conventions of epic. You can think about the types and some examples. Right? Let me start with characteristics. We can say in short MIS. What is MIS? M for massive, I for you can say someone who is larger than MLS. Let me rectify this one. MIS, not MLS. That is massive, larger than life, and supernatural. In characteristics of the epic, we find in the setting it is massive in nature, countries after countries, societies after societies, characters after characters, and we find the hero is larger than life, and also there are always some supernatural interventions, goddesses coming, intervening in the proceedings of that epic. So in these characteristics, if we want to remember in short, we remember MLS, massive, larger than life, and supernatural. Let us now discuss something about conventions, right? Conventions, you can say IIE. For IIE, you can say for first I, that is invocation to a muse. The epic starts with an invocation. I'll show you from Milton, the first few pages, the book 1, how Milton invoke in book 1, the line, you remember, the moment you turn over the pages of book 1, it starts with, of man's first disobedience and the fruit of that forbidden tree, where mortal taste brought death into the world, and all our woe with loss of Eden, till one greater man restore us and regain the blissful seat. Sing heavenly muse, right? Sing heavenly muse, that on the sacred top of Oreb or of Sinai didst inspire that shepherd who first taught the chosen seed in the beginning how heavens and earth rose out of chaos, or if Sion hill delight thee more, and Silona's brook that flowed first by the oracle of God, I thence invoke thy aid of my adventurous song, that with no middle flight intends to soar above the Aeonian mount, while it pursues things unattempted, yet in prose or rhyme, and chiefly thou, O Spirit, that dost prefer before all temples the upright heart and pure, instruct me, for thou knowest, thou from the first was present, and with mighty wings outspread, dove-like satst brooding on vast abyss. And so you can say goes on, it's some kind of action. So you can say in media res, which means in the middle of action, extended formal speeches. In the very beginning only, you can say the lines, the making of it, the composition of it is very long structures, lines. You can easily understand. Once again, if I open this Savitri book, Savitri first chapter, I have noted it down over here. The canto 1, the symbol dawn, it starts like this. It was the hour before the gods awake, the first line, across the path of the divine, across the path of the divine event, the huge foreboding mind of night alone in her unlit temple of eternity lay stretched immobile upon silence marge, and it goes on. So I have given examples, one from Milton and another from Savitri. Savitri, which is where the longest one, 24,000 lines. You can open it and you can read also. You can for the betterment of your language, for the fluency, for the use of, to see how the words have been used. Savitri is inspiration to innumerable poets all through the world. So basically, we discussed about two types of epic. We have talked about folk epic and literary epic. Folk epic, that is going after generation after generation. You can say Ramayana, Mahabharata, sort of religious, mythological hints are also there, and literary epic like Paradise Lost. So in a nutshell, we talked about four different types, four different dimensions of epic. We have talked about what epic is. We have tried to put epic into four types of conventions called characteristics and the convention of it, and some types of it, and example of it. This simple video and a shorter one will not help you to delve into the nuances of epic. You have to read more, but this may be a primary introduction to all of you. Hope it will help, and I'll come back with another literary term in my next class. Till then, thank you. Bye bye.